What's good, Team Starlight? This is EDI-SZN Week 8, and we got the finals here. I'm on the left playing Polyfrogs, and Joseph is on the right playing Blackwings, and he's gonna go first. We got Marcos here. What's up, Marcos?
What's up, man? Man, Blackwings are so fun to play against. Your deck actually feels like it could actually have a decent matchup into the Blackwings with like Ab Zeros and stuff, but outside of that, I don't know how it feels playing against this. You got the salvage combo though, that's pretty nice.
Yeah, this
Able
is really good, and I do agree. I like the Polyfrog deck for me, compared to like some other frog decks. I think has a pretty decent like GB and Blackwing matchup because you're just so aggro and you have this giant beat stick that you're just trying to continually summon.
yeah, and that seems like it might be an Icarus back there with the way he's thinking about this. I definitely think you do Icarus this because Mally is just such a beast of a card. And eventually you do have to get rid of the few, you know? And just getting Fishborg in rotation is like so broken. So I guess it might not be Icarus, maybe it's like a bottomless instead.
Yeah. Obviously, I'm just gonna be. I assume you might Icarus there too. So I'm just gonna pretend like it's not a real back row, even though I know it must be because he's been thinking in between like every action. Um,
Yeah.
but I think I end up deciding just to force it in a way.
With
Let's see
the
what
I
I
assume
do
a
here.
Unifrog plays coming out. Dupe first. Dupe makes sense. Dupe into Uni potentially.
I think I. Yeah, maybe I should have gone. I wanted to force him to use what I perceived to be an Icarus, so this might be wrong. But I think I end up going for Frog here, and I'm just gonna attack.
Interesting. Yeah,
Because
Uni
if he
gets
has
feel like
Kalute, it's not gonna die.
that's fair. Wow, okay, yeah, that Icarus is very delayed. I think you definitely hit the few swap. Because you just have so much stuff in rotation now. But it's all good. It's honestly that's the hard part about dealing with like a fork type deck. Like you don't know what's in your hand. You could have for all you know like pot of avarice and more salvages, a million things you can deal with. So now he's just thinking on which targets hits the sub and the dupe frog. That is gonna allow the dupe frog to get its effect because it does not miss timing. So you're gonna go for a search. I assume you're gonna add a frog. Looks like Uni is the one you're choosing. That's pretty good to have because sometimes it's good to like just get Uni in your hand in case they have like roll oppression. So you just don't have to special summon it. You can just normal it. And now you're gonna
Yes.
Rhoda for the
Thin
Stratos.
out the
That's
deck.
huge. Big Thectons. And the Few still there. See what I mean? Like that. I think the Icarus should have been done earlier because like the Few, or like at least done on like the. I don't know. I don't know. I think it was too big of a plus for you in my opinion. Getting a Fishborg in rotation is so broken.
Yeah, I think looking back at what I did, it, I really thought it was Icarus, and if I truly had the read, I maybe should have just gone for double dupe with that Substitute before going into battle phase. But let's see if that's gonna end up mattering here. He's gonna go for a lore and banish Kalut.
He's got the Blizzard special summon. Probably gonna go for a Goyo. Makes sense. Goyo steals the Death. That's pretty good because Death is kind of a beater. And if you can't get rid of your own Death, kind of frustrating. If he doesn't have back row though, yeah, there's a potential chance you can just completely OTK here. There's a back row, 2 back row to be exact. And it looks like you drew like a heavy? No, maybe not. It's unclear.
I did not
It's a
see
Moray.
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 That's
It
pretty
looked
good.
like it looked blue. That's all I knew. It's like a spell of sorts with blueness. So I thought it was heavy, but it's actually Moray. Moray's pretty good. You're gonna draw 3 cards. You got 2 King of the Swamps. You're gonna deck them first potentially with the Stratos. Makes sense. You have these King of the Swamps to help you make some value out of the Stratos. There we go. Stratos' effect is gonna summon first. There was a potential chance you could have maybe gone for like a Ab Zero then Stratos pop play, but it's not really worth it if they have like oppression or something.
Yeah, I don't think so. A lot of times just getting the plus is better because polys is like such a neg if you don't have the pluses with like salvage and stratos to like
Yeah.
sustain it. So I
And
opt
plus,
not to go for the poly yet.
yeah, and you're also in a good spot because this Few is gonna go off, so he has to do something about it. The downside is you have no back row, so if he does somehow have the ability to do hella damage, which just looks like he's calculating, that's always scary when someone's calculating in front of you. Because you can't stop with Gores. You can't stop. You don't. I don't think you have a fader. So this is just kind of, yeah. There's that second Blizz. Blizz will summon out. Are they going for like an Icarus potentially? Because that could pump through for a lot of damage. It could be
Yeah,
like
I think
Icarus.
I'm nervous about like committing because I want him to out the few. I don't want to avoid the situation where he can out my few and an Ab Zero on field. So I'm trying to make him out the few first before going for Ab Zero. Taking a big think here. Okay, Joe's going to attack.
Seals the Stratos. It would be funny. Could you imagine just out of nowhere like effect?
Yeah,
Has
I
just
know.
a one random hero.
Let's see. He's gonna go for Stardust in main 2, which makes sense against the Ab Zero deck.
And then with all that back row, that's like really scary. And you can kind of tell that like one of those is like probably an Icarus. That's why you keep the Bora just chilling there. But now your Treeborn is back, which does make your polys a little bit better, a little less of a minus. So we're gonna see the poly come out. King of the Swamp searching it. You do have Miracle too, so you can kind of get away with like a lot here.
Right. I think I'm just thinking like I want to try to crash in to the Stardust,
Yeah.
but it has a fat chance of connecting with the double back row, you know? So I don't know if it's right to just slam even more, but could have been. Could have been. I think I decided to play around Mirror Force and not just slam everything.
Yeah, and then Ab Zero effect, Stardust will just negate it, so you're in a bit of a rough spot here because unfortunately for you, that's pretty much game on board. I think you do have a Gores in hand though.
Right.
Which
So
is
I'm gonna have to
pretty
drop
clear.
that here. Yeah. Otherwise I'd be scooping.
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, you are on camera, so maybe you just like play it out a little bit just for the camera's sake. But yeah, the Gores token will keep you pretty insulated. And then, so you only took what? Did you take just two, one hit?
I think I take the 18 and I go, are you gonna kill the token? And he goes, just put it out there. So I'm like, oh damn it, he has Kalut. Otherwise, like, so he just decides to go over it this way.
Yeah.
Kalut
smart.
over the Gores.
It keeps you alive though, so that's huge. And you do have a lot of big comeback cards. For example, this salvage that you just drew for turn is pretty huge because you can do substitute shenanigans again, which is great. You do have the Fishborg still to go for some crazy plays, and if that back row is just like a legacy, you could potentially win here. I'm wondering what you're thinking at this point though. Are you just like, do I go for the crazy big push, maybe bait out some back row with a poly or a miracle?
Yeah,
Or
there's a lot of plays here. This is why I'm taking. I feel like this deck is like complicated because of the fact that you have all these spells that you can do in different orders, and I'm like, do I go for sub in main 2? Do I like force? I think I decided to try to force out the Stardust while playing around Icarus, so I poly, so I'll just have one monster on the field, and then attempt to crash into the Stardust first.
yeah.
Just playing around Icarus attack is what I decide to do.
Which is fair. There's 2 left in the deck. There's also potentially 2 D prisons left in the deck and 2 bottomlesses. So this thing, salvage though. Here comes a salvage. Doing it now.
Am I gonna contradict myself? I think I might. I think I'm still gonna attack. Yeah. Could have waited on that.
Okay, huge. That's a huge play. That's actually a big push in your favor. And you're gonna special summon Fishborg, and then I assume go for like a soft lock here.
Joseph's still thinking. I don't know if he's just acting like he has a response or like what he has, but I think he was like thinking there. I think I just go for the full thinning out of the deck. I think I probably just go for Duplock.
Oh, he has a torrential. Okay, so he did have a card that could respond. Here comes the Miracle Fusion though. So he has 1 card in hand, and you have an Ab Zero. There's not a really good way for him to cleanly out this Ab Zero. Not even Blizzard would do that. He sets a card. It looks like he set like a whirlwind because he's kind of just dead at this point. Swings for 25. It's going through. You're at, the life points are dangerously close. I think he just drew a trap dust shoot. This is why I hate that card. I'm the biggest trap dust shoot hater. Literally just like a non-existent real back. It's not a real back row. I hate it. Anyone that is relying on it is weak. You can grow up. Anyway.
I agree. I do not play it either in Polyfrogs or honestly a lot of my decks. But there's no denying
I
it's
play Trap
broken.
Dust Shoot in the. It's funny because I do play Trap Dust Shoot in the in a lot of decks, but yeah, I really wish it was banned. I hate that card, but I also just
Yeah.
really don't like playing it. Anyway, here comes Shura. Shura with the back row. That's always scary. Shura summoning itself, even if they don't have Kalut, you just have the fear of Kalut. You know, you're never too happy about that, and that could also be an Icarus back there. So Blackwing 101, just like don't set too much stuff, don't commit too hard because Icarus is a card. You can't even just swing over this because they have Kalut, yada yada. A million things that make Blackwings super scary. And they also have like oppression and stuff that can just completely counter your entire strategy, which is really frustrating. But that's why it's one of the best decks in the entire format. And it's also why Joseph is like really doing well in this Edison.
That's for sure. So, peeking into my hand, I see like Double Miracle, I see Unifrog. So it's definitely a tough early game here. I don't really know what I have playability wise, so I think I just decided to write Geki Break this Shura because I just can't keep taking damage. I'm unfortunately bricked.
Understood. I mean, and you have the salvage, so like it's not necessarily a mine. Oh my god. It's like it turned what would normally be like a nice clean out to just like Blizzard is just such the greatest top deck in the entire format. Like some people would say Miracle Fusion, but I don't know, man. Blizzard just feels so broken. The level 6 Synchro Pool is just too phenomenal. Brio, Goyo, and now of course Armed Wing here is just swinging in for free damage.
Yep. I drew for turn the third Miracle Fusion, so it's officially a bricked game, but here I go for pro set heavy because a spoiler alert, but I'm gonna flip it here. And I'm praying, I'm like, okay, please have deck Devi because otherwise I'm just gonna get beat down to death. And he does deck Devi, but I have no targets.
That's
in hand.
amazing. That's incredible. So now you have the Breaker swinging for 19. Does he have the Gores? Did he set 3 and have a Gores? That'd be crazy. Breaker, though, thankfully is bigger than most of the Blackwings. They need exactly Kalut, but Blizzard is also a card. So did you see the second Blizzard?
Yeah, I figured I just have to summon it because I have Caius, and like it's just I need to protect my own life points, and I draw for turn here an awesome top deck, which is Reinforcements of the Army.
Nice.
So I just get to go Stratos get Ocean. So all of a sudden I'm like able to play the game after like opening really weird. And this is a mistake here. I accidentally put the Ocean in my grave, and then I realized, oh god, I can't do that because this is supposed to be in my hand.
Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah.
I mean, if Joseph wanted to like say you had to play that out, I could have had to banish my Stratos there, but I think I just say, oh, sorry, I thought I had the Ocean engraved, so just gonna attack in with both and pass, I think.
Yeah. I mean, there's an argument that making the Ab-Zero could be pretty nice, but it doesn't seem necessary. But yeah, here comes the second Blizzard summoning out Shura. Now he's gonna make a rank 6. Probably gonna go for. I mean, if he has Dad, I don't think he has. Well, it'd be 4 dark, so it doesn't really matter. But can make Goyo, just steal, but that doesn't feel that great. But he does have a Pull in the Rug in hand, so he's like actually in a really strong spot to like counter a crackback from you. And he knows you have Miracle in hand, so he kind of has to like really think about that now. So you did give him a little bit of info on accident.
Well, he did deck deving me, so he should know.
Oh yeah,
he knows I have triple Miracle.
Yeah, it doesn't even matter. You're right. I'm sorry. That was stupid of me. Like
no,
you
it's
can just
okay.
you can just play with your hand like on the floor. When I get deck deved, that's what I usually do. I just here's my hand. I'm tired of this. Like, but here it comes. The swing
I
into
think he has like 5 traps in hand, and he just wants to keep me off of Miracle. So I think he's just gonna go for the effect here. Oh, it doesn't even feel that good. In set 3.
and you have another salvage, which is crazy. So like it's not doing much right now, unfortunately. You could just poly, and then that turns your salvage. That turns. Oh wait, right? Do you
Do I
have a poly
have
in hand?
poly? I don't think I have
You don't
poly.
have poly. That's. Oh, he's not gonna pull in the rug.
Interesting.
This is keeping you off of Miracle though. If yeah, so you're gonna go for. Oh, he has the oppression. Yeah, and he knows you have Kaya, so that makes sense that he was so insulated from that.
And then here I'm thinking, okay, I have Miracle and Miracle. Do I just force this through? Because someone let me know in the comments if you would just force this through, but I was actually worried about dying because I'm at 35, so it's just any Blackwing monster plus Brio is game if I don't out the Brio.
Oh, but you have a third Miracle though. Oh my God.
Exactly, so that's what I'm saying about forcing it through. I just activate the second one, and then of course activate the third one. He can't stop it. So we're going in.
He has to torrential it now. If yeah, so
Yep.
the whole field gets cleared. Interesting. And now he just has to top deck some solid Blackwings. Blizzard's not a top deck anymore because of the oppression. A Kalut comes out. You do have the Ocean to run that over. You have Brain Control for game.
Yep. I'm gonna brain for game. And by the looks of it, he's got Icarus attack. Yep.
Oh, and he has the Mirror Force. Dang. So close you're so close to game there. You do have the salvage. You could just immediately activate it.
I don't have enough targets.
Yeah, you do. Oh, your Unifrog's gone. I'm stupid. All good. He just passes though. So you set one card, pass. He sets one, pass. Summon Kai
then
at the back row. It's a bottomless. Oh, you should have summoned. Oh, Mally would have played around bottomless, right?
yeah, it's an unfortunate misplay. He did have one bottomless in grave already, so it's just kind of pick your poison on what to play around. But that was unfortunate.
Though.
Yeah,
like the logic being that like Mirror Force is gone. Yeah, it's like deprison sucks too. Like getting if you got deprisoned, right? So it makes sense. Like logically, if it's a deprison, you have to Caius like the back row. You know.
I didn't actually really. In retrospect, I'm like seeing that he had the bottomless engrave. I think it was the right decision, but
no, it is the
I
correct
was
decision
hindsighting in the moment. I was like, I misplayed. Oh my god.
No, I don't think it's a misplay because the read is Torrential's gone, a bottomless is gone, and a Mirror Force is gone. So your best bet is always to Caius because 3D prisons still exist. You know. So because 3D prisons exist, you have to go for that play because you lose to any top deck after that. You know.
That was like a knife's edge like game. It was so crazy. And then unfortunately here, I'm bricked again. So I just I think we gotta get the ratios a little bit better, I think, on the side pattern or something, because clearly I'm just drawing all these salvages and miracles together.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate, man. Damn, what a crazy game too, though. I love that you were that close, though. It's cool.
I know. I saw no frogs that whole game. It was close, but here I do see a frog. I got Substitoad, and
sir, Substitoad is not a frog. Don't let people start searching. So don't let people start searching Substitoad with Dupe Frog. It happens sometimes.
Substifrog, yeah.
Some people Dupe Frog dies and they're like, I'm adding sub. I'm like, you're so funny. Read the cart. Anyway. Right now, you're just big thinking here. You have a lot of really cool plays you could do. I mean, you do have the Fishborg. You do have the brain. I think you brain first, right? You have to.
I think I have to. That's what I was thinking. And of course he has it. It's whatever. I mean, exactly. I have to go for the salvage in main 2. This is why I sequenced it. Or sorry, in main 1 still. I sequenced it this way. But if he didn't have the deck Debbie there, it would have been really solid for me.
Oh, I'm surprised. Oh, because Fishborg's not engraved, so you can't even do the
exactly.
play. Oh, that's so unfortunate. So now you just have this awkward set Substitoad, or sorry, set Fishborg, right?
I could have set the Substitoad. I think I opted to set the Fishborg just because I didn't want like the sub to get colluded or anything like that.
You drew a breaker, so that's what you drew for turn. Summoning Substitoad. I assume no priority. You're gonna use Fishborg's effect, pitch a card, one of the dead miracles to summon Fishborg. Is he torrential now? Because you do get priority here no matter what.
Yeah, so I do go
once that-
priority tribute.
Yeah, he has to just make a response the moment on every summon. The double dupe is pretty good. He has to collude it. He has to Icarus, and to make it miss timing, you'd have to use 2 different cards. And that was end of turn 2 with deck dev. Looking pretty good. Good on you to not try to go for like the swap frog and like in deck thin. And unfortunately, you draw ocean. I mean, fortunately, in a weird way, because you do have the
Yeah.
miracle. And the downside is, God, this is the big downside. The biggest downside right now is that you can't break her because you're afraid of the torrential and it makes it miss timing.
Or Icarus even. I think.
That's why.
Do I decide to just go for it? I forget. I think I end up going for the miracle, to be honest. I don't remember.
The miracle feels better because, you go for
Oh.
breaker.
So
Okay.
I just risk it for the biscuit.
Okay, well,
He just
bottomless
has
comes
bottomless,
up.
though.
That's great. That's actually huge because if it was Icarus, I Icarus in response to the breaker popping Icarus. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But then you're
definitely.
afraid of him targeting the bottomless, and it's like you kind of neg. I mean, that gives me a read that the other back row might be like Legacy or something. We'll see though. We'll see what ends up being when you cut this guy out. Guy comes out for free. He has Icarus. Okay, so he could have made it miss timing.
Yeah, I think that's an oversight on his part. You could have gone bottomless and then Icarus and just outed everything, you know.
But he knew your hand, so he has to save it for the Ab Zero, right? So it
Oh, I
makes
forgot he
sense.
knew my hand. That actually
Yeah.
does make sense.
Yeah, he
Yep.
had to. And now here comes this. So here's funny. I actually saw this in person. He had game here. He knows your entire hand. He has brain control in hand. He had exactly game if you just brain controlled the dupe. And now he gave you just an extra turn to maybe come back.
But I think
'Cause
it's a
yeah.
desperation mode here because I have Death Frog in hand. But I'm realizing like I need to out these monsters with like a synchro play because I just have to pretend the back row's not real, essentially, I think.
Yeah. Either way, it's looking really rough for you. Like, there's very few things you can do, and if that's a real back row, which it most likely is, this is not going to go through, unfortunately. So now he's going to choose whether or not he's going to Icarus. If he Icarus is targeting the Bora, you're at 100 life, so if he doesn't have the immediate out, yeah, no collude for game though, so you're at 100. But yeah, you see, like, he gave you 2 full turns to come back there when he had the brain control in hand. It's like one of those things where you don't think about it. Like, nobody thinks about, like, oh, what if I just use like XYZ card, right? Like this brain control. No one thinks about brain control target dupe for game, you know. But there's the brain, see, and it's game no matter what. So it works out. But yeah, GG's to Joseph, who's now on top of the leaderboard. Z in 2nd place overall. Albert over here with 10 points. Your boy with 0 points. Dang, I suck at this game. GG's.